Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Sahar. I am a 1L at the University of Illinois, Urbana, Champaign, and I would love to have you as a subscriber. I will also link my social media down below if you'd like to follow me elsewhere. But today's video is going to be another law school week in my life. It is currently Monday. It's 7:49 a.m. and I have to leave in about the next 15 minutes, but I'm just eating my oatmeal as usual. I woke up at around 6:30 this morning because I had to work on a paper for legal writing. We haven't started the memo yet, but we're doing a couple of non-graded assignments before just to kind of get used to it and get some feedback on what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, things like that, so that when the memo rolls around, we're not so lost and confused, which I really appreciate. So I was working on our last non-graded assignment before that memo gets assigned, which took me about like 45 minutes. So I have like a full draft complete, and then I'm just going to spend the next couple of days editing it and making it just sound better and adding more analysis, and then I will turn it in before class on Thursday. So that's the game plan for legal writing, but I have a lot still to get done this week. So I'm going to be working on my torts reading for Wednesday, and I really want to do a lot of outlining and just review this week. So I'm slowly starting to shift my focus from preparing for class to actually reviewing the material that we've learned. So I'm going to spend some time this week doing like a thorough review. I have the examples and explanations for all 3 doctrinal classes, and I'm just going to be looking through those. I also have this like Barbary 1L outline book that I will show you guys later. That was really helpful for crim. I spent like 2 hours yesterday updating my crim outline and just trying to understand what is going on in crim law, because you guys know I'm so confused in that class, but it's slowly starting to make a little bit more sense. I think once we actually start getting into the black letter law of crim, right now we're in the very like theoretical stage of it, I think it'll make more sense to me. But yeah, I still feel a lot better about that. And then I do want to work on some property stuff because adverse possession is a little confusing still for me. It's interesting, but it's confusing. So I want to do some more work with that and just review some of the stuff that we've already done. Torts, I feel really good about. I understand it. It clicks. But I still want to go over everything and make sure that I'm not like missing something. The professor for torts is incredible. Her exam is extremely difficult. So even though I feel like I'm understanding it, I want to make sure my understanding isn't like super surface level, and I really want to go in depth. So that is the game plan for the week, but right now I'm running a little behind schedule, so I'm going to finish up my breakfast, drink my coffee, and head to campus, and I will keep you guys updated. Okay, I just got home and I have a really funny / awkward cold call story for you guys. So I finally got cold called today. It is the 4th week of law school and I finally got called on, which, you know, is both good and bad. But this cold call did not start out really well because, so he calls on someone and he usually says Mr. or Miss and then the last name. And he said Mr. and then a last name. And the last name kind of sounded like my last name, but he didn't really pronounce it correctly. So I was like, that's funny that someone has a last name that's like almost the same as mine, like haha. But he said Mr., so I wasn't really paying attention. And then he asked the question and obviously no one answers because the person he called on doesn't exist. So he asks again and says, is he not here? And then looks to his seating chart and says, 3 rows up, 3rd seat, and points to the guy sitting next to me. And he goes, like, that's not my name, like what? And so the professor looks down and reads, I have Sahar Mithani on the seating chart. And I was like, oh, like, sorry, that's me, because we did the seating chart correctly. Like everyone in that row is where they're supposed to be. There's just like a missing chair. And so even though I was in the 2nd seat, I was still next to the 2 people that I was supposed to be next to. So like no one was in the wrong seat. The seating chart just like didn't correlate with how many chairs were actually in the row. So yeah, and I was like, oh, sorry, like, that's me. And he was like, oh my God, like, sorry. So, Miss Mathani. And then he asked the question. And obviously, not that I wasn't paying attention, but when you don't get cold called, you almost like take like a sigh of relief that you don't really have to like pay super close attention. And so I said an answer and he was like, let's not get carried away here. Let's answer it step by step. So I was like, okay. So then he asked again and it took me like 10 seconds to answer the most basic question. But after that, the cold call went fine. Like I answered all the questions. I answered them correctly. It was unremarkable how I want it to be. But just that whole beginning situation, I was so flustered when I answered the like question the first time, and he said, let's not get carried away, because I didn't even know what question I was answering. I just said an answer, and he was like, hold on. And yeah, it was awkward and weird, but the content of the cold call was fine. Like I did fine, but it was weird. It was a weird situation. I feel like I'm looking back on it and kind of laughing, but in the moment, like my face was red. If I wasn't wearing makeup, people would probably be able to tell. My watch was probably saying I was exercising during that time because my heart rate was like 1,000,000 miles a minute. So yeah, it was interesting. An interesting first cold call experience, but I wanted to document it, so I had it to look back on, and I thought it would make interesting content for you guys, but yeah. So anyways, it is currently 4:36 p.m. You guys know the drill. I'm going to take about an hour break. I was actually so productive during my breaks today that I got my torts reading done for Wednesday. And I also did a lot of work on my writing assignment for Thursday. So I'm feeling pretty good about my to-do list for the week. Actually, let's check off the torts reading for Wednesday together, because I feel like that's going to be super satisfying for the both of us. Look at that. Isn't that so satisfying? So now all I have to do is property for Wednesday, crim for Wednesday, and then obviously I have my big writing assignment due on Thursday. This is last week's stuff, so yeah, because I was still using the board last week, but I feel pretty on top of it. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's all for now. I'm going to go chill for a little bit, eat something. I'm so hungry, like actually starving. So I'm gonna eat a snack, hang out for a little bit, and then we'll get started on typing up my notes from class and working a little bit more on my writing assignment. I want to get just like a draft done today so I can spend the next like 2 days kind of editing it, revising it, and making sure I'm not over the word count, because I probably will be, because this is a longer assignment and I'm going to have to really be mindful of what I'm actually including and how many words I'm using. So yeah, that's the game plan for the rest of the night. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It is currently almost 8 o'clock, so I need to be heading out pretty soon here, but I wanted to check in. I slept in again. I woke up at 6:30 instead of 6, which is fine, but I really wanted to work on my writing assignment this morning. Like, I write the best and I just think the best super early in the morning, and I only got to work on it for about like 30 minutes before I had to start getting ready. So that was not great. So I'm going to be working on that during my like 3-hour break. That, along with my readings for tomorrow. I need to do property and crim still. So I might try to knock those 2 out and work on my writing assignment. That might be getting a little ambitious for my 3-hour break, but I do have time today in between classes, so I'm going to make the most of it. I woke up with my nose stuffy again, and it's not COVID, but it's allergies, and it's just really freaking annoying. I keep sneezing, and this has been happening for like 3 weeks, basically since I moved here, and it's really irritating, but kind of all I have to say. Not a lot going on today, just classes. There's no meetings, no events that I know of. So just gonna be doing that. And then depending on how much work I get done during my breaks, I may or may not go work out after class. But I kind of hate going to the gym after classes on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays because everyone is at the gym at that time. Like 5 o'clock, I feel like is peak gym time because people are just getting off work and going to the gym, like straight to the gym. And so it gets really crowded, and I just don't like working out when it's really crowded. Like, I'm able to get to all my machines, but I feel like I just feel so like claustrophobic when there's like 1,000,001 people at the gym. But for my mental health, I need to get a workout in. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just go and like walk on the treadmill at a high incline today because that burns a lot more calories than you would think, makes you sweat a lot, and there's like a bajillion cardio machines at Planet Fitness. So that area is usually not crowded. It's just the weights that get a little overwhelming. So I might do that. But again, it's very dependent on how much work I get done during my break. So I need to be super productive today so that I can go to the gym. So that's all for now, and I will keep you guys updated. All right, I just got home. It is 4:37, and I'm gonna take about like 45 minutes just to kind of relax, watch some TV, probably eat something because I'm hungry as always. But I wanted to just come on here and talk about how I am slowly starting to get pretty overwhelmed with the semester. Not that the work isn't manageable or anything. Like, I don't feel like I'm ever behind. I don't feel like it's too much. But just with everything that law school entails, it does feel overwhelming. Because yes, I have, the readings and the writing assignments. That in and of itself is not overwhelming. It's just all of the extra stuff that you're expected to do is a lot. And I know first semester I'm trying to just focus on my grades because that is what is most important. But I also know that my end goal is I want to get a big law job, and my kind of way to secure that early on is to try to get a summer associate position at a firm after my first year. And that is obviously very, very competitive, like extremely competitive. And not only do I feel like I need to have the grades for it, but I also need to have other things on my resume that will make me stand out. My writing sample has to be amazing, and so I want to put in my 150% into my legal writing class because I know I'm going to be using my memo as my writing sample when I apply to jobs in December. And that is really stressful because now not only am I trying to make it sound the best that it can possibly be for a grade, but also because I know I'm going to have to submit it to firms, and they are going to take that into consideration if whether or not they're going to hire me. And I also went to the Business Law Journal informational meeting, which is a journal at Illinois Law that is designed specifically for 1Ls. And so I have the opportunity to partake in the write-on competition this semester, get on that journal potentially by December, and then actually write a note and be published by the end of May. And that's insane because obviously law review, you do it and it kind of starts for you your 2L year. But this is such an incredible opportunity. This isn't law review, it's just the Business Law Journal that has this opportunity, and I want to be on law review come next year, and this is definitely going to help kind of set me up for success in that writing competition. But I want to have something on my resume that looks impressive when I'm interviewing and doing OCI in the spring for a 1L job. And so I really want to do this, and I want to participate in the write-on competition and hopefully get on. But it's obviously a lot of work, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be really, really hard, and it's very different from kind of the process of law review. competition, because in that you get all of your information, you get all of these sources, and you just have to write the paper. But for this business law journal competition, you actually have to do your own research, which obviously I don't really even know. Like, I don't even know how to do a legal search properly yet. Like, I'm taking legal research right now. Obviously, don't understand anything with the Blue Book yet, and I kind of just have to figure that out myself. And it's hard. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of work, but at the same time, I want to do it because, again, it's going to look good on my resume. Same thing with mock trial. I want to be on the mock trial team, and the auditions for that are next month. I think they're October like 7th or something. And that, I was looking at the case packet that we got for it, and it's very long. It looks like it's going to be a lot of work just to prepare for it, and it's obviously going to be a lot of work if I get on the journal and writing the note next semester, and if I do mock trial, then we have a competition in February that we have to travel to Virginia for. So it's a lot, and I know I don't need to be doing any of this right now, and I am 100% going to be prioritizing and focusing my time on my grades and my schoolwork, and I'm never, ever, ever going to like let that kind of slip because I'm trying to do other stuff. But it's like this weird balance between doing that and then also trying to build up your legal resume when you have zero legal experience whatsoever. So it's really overwhelming. I'm very overwhelmed, and I just need the next like 45 minutes to decompress and do some readings because I was not very productive during my 3-hour break, which ended up being a 2-hour break because I forgot that meeting was today, the informational meeting for Law Journal. And so I only had 2 hours, and I had to spend that time eating lunch. And then I worked on my paper, and I did a little bit of my crim reading, like half of it. So I still have the other half of crim left. And I also have to do property for tomorrow. I'm not going to work on my paper anymore today. I feel like I have a solid draft, and I just need some time away from it. So I'm going to come back to it tomorrow, probably during my 2-hour lunch break, and work on it then. And then hopefully come home, work on it a little bit more, and submit it because I just want to make sure I have it submitted the day before in case like any technical difficulties or anything. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Law school is hard and stressful, but it's definitely manageable. I just worry a lot. I'm a very stressed out person naturally, so it's not to say that law school is like this impossible task or anything like that, but it's a lot. It is a lot. I'll be fine. I'm manifesting it. I will be okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go, and I will update you guys later. Okay, it is now 8 o'clock, and I just finished everything that I needed to get done tonight. So I did my crim and property readings for tomorrow. We are starting estates and property, and did I understand even a single word of what I read? No, I didn't, but hopefully class tomorrow will give me some clarity, but I just don't have like the mental stamina to try to understand myself. So I'm just gonna go to class. Hopefully some things clear up, and then I'm gonna spend a good amount of time this weekend trying to piece it all together in my mind, but that's a later problem. I did the reading, that's all I needed to do, and then I also typed up my notes from today, which took a while because I had so many notes in property. I will literally take like 2 pages of notes in ports, maybe 1 page of notes in crim, and property will have like 4, 5, 6 pages of notes. It's actually ridiculous, but it's because he does a lot of hypos and he doesn't do slides like my torts professor does, so I have to write down what the hypo is like really quickly. And when I write really quickly, I also write really big, so it ends up just taking a lot more space, but I just tend to write down more in that class anyway, so yeah. But that was just to say that it took me a while to type up those notes today. But we talked about gifts in property. I had no idea that gifts took that much thought, but yeah, I'm gonna take the next like hour and a half to relax and then probably go to sleep because I'm exhausted, but I will talk to you guys in the morning. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. So today, my main goal is to finish my writing assignment that is due tomorrow. I want to just submit it tonight, and I don't want to think about it at all tomorrow because tomorrow I'm going to start doing my readings for next week and outlining and just getting ahead of the game. And I don't want to be thinking about this writing assignment then. So I spent like an hour this morning working on that. I feel a lot better about the way I formatted things. Yesterday, I kind of had a breakdown because I was so confused as to how I was supposed to format things, if I was doing anything correctly. Like, I just had a lot of confusion, and I feel like this morning things finally kind of clicked and I had a little bit of clarity. So I used that to really get ahead of the game on this assignment. I have a 2-hour break today in between classes, and so I'm going to use that to kind of finalize things and just turn it in. I do not want to think about this assignment later tonight. I don't want to think about it tomorrow. I just want to be done with it. So that's what I'm going to do. That's the plan. Other than that, I don't really have much else. I definitely want to get a workout in today. I feel very gross and blah because I haven't worked out since Sunday, which doesn't seem like a lot of time, but it's a little while. I really do want to get a good lift in. I might do leg day today, which is going to be exciting. And then just spend the rest of my night relaxing. That's the great thing about Wednesdays, is it kind of feels like my Friday because I only have one class tomorrow and one class on Friday. So after today, I'm basically done for the week, which is just so nice. That is one benefit of having like a front load of classes, is after Wednesday, I feel like I'm a free woman for 4 days, and then we do it all over again next Monday. But that's kind of all I have to say right now. It's 7:53, which means I have about like 10 minutes before I need to leave. I'm going to make my bed because I didn't do that this morning, and watch like a YouTube video or something and just breathe and relax, and then head to class and do it all over again. Okay, it is currently, let's see, 6:30, and I just got out of the shower. I went to the gym right after class, and then I went to Schnucks to get a couple things. I just needed like some snacks and stuff to keep around the house, and grab like some protein bars to take to school with me because I was out of like all my snacks at home. So did that and came home and showered, and I feel so good. I have this like random burst of motivation, so I'm going to try to knock out my writing assignment and just get it submitted right now. I worked a lot on it during my breaks today. I worked on it during my 45-minute break between torts and crim, and spent about like an hour and a half to 2 hours before property on it as well. And I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot. I am so close to the word count, and so I hope I don't add like too many words or anything like that, or change a bunch when I edit it right now, because that's going to push me over the word count, and I don't want that, obviously. So hopefully I can keep it under 800 words. There's a lot to say in legal writing. I feel like in undergrad, you try to just write random stuff to meet the word count, but in like law school and legal writing, I feel like you have to really like cut down on what you're saying and make sure every single word you put on the page means something. And I'm having some issues with that. I'm kind of struggling, and that's a whole like process. So I'm gonna do that right now. Good morning, everybody. It is now Thursday. It is currently 10:42, and I just finished doing a chapter from the examples and explanations for crim law, and then a chapter from examples and explanations for property. So I reviewed one topic in each subject, and I feel pretty good about them now. I was having some trouble with the public policy implications of custom in property, but I feel like it's a lot more clear now. I feel a lot better about actus reus in crim law, which is good. I still need some help with causation. I feel like proximate cause is very confusing with like foreseeability tests, harm within risk, and direct cause. So I'm gonna have to work on that a little bit over the weekend, but for now I feel good about the other parts of actus reus. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I have about 2 hours before I need to leave for a torts TA review session. So they have these for an hour every Thursday. And I like to go to them. They're not like extremely helpful in terms of actually explaining the material, because I feel pretty comfortable with torts right now and I kind of understand what's going on. So I don't really go there for help on the actual subject matter, but the TAs provide really good hypos, and they give like long form answers and like how you should answer them on the exam, and I feel like that is really, really helpful. So I go because you only get access to the PowerPoints and those hypos and the answers if you go, and you can like sign in with your email. So I'm gonna go to that, but right now I'm gonna take a little bit of a longer break. I was doing a study with me video, or I wasn't like doing it. I was watching a study with me real-time video. It was 2 hours, and it was the Pomodoro method with 50 minutes studying, 10-minute break, and that actually really helped. I've never done that before. I've never done like a real-time study thing, and it was fun kind of studying with someone, and also having those breaks. It kind of motivated me to actually go through with 50 minutes of just full-on studying, and I feel like that's how I was able to get a lot done this morning, even though I kind of slept in. I wanted to wake up at 6:30. I slept until 7:30, so yeah. But I still got a lot done so far. So I'm gonna make breakfast now, and maybe watch some TV or something, just like an episode, or maybe watch like a YouTube video, take a break, and then I want to get started on my readings for next week. As you guys can see, I have a crazy busy week next week. Like a lot is going on because we get assigned our closed memo today, which I am just so nervous about. Like I don't even want to think about it right now. So I want to get head on some reading so that I don't have to worry about that during the week, and I can just focus on my memo. And yeah, I also want to work out today, but that probably won't happen until after class. And I also have to go grab something from the grocery store for a recipe. I'm making like these Korean style bowls, and I need this like red pepper paste sauce thing. I don't know, but I need an ingredient for the meal prep that I'm doing later today. So yeah. Alright, it is now 7:52. I have been really productive today, actually. I'm almost done with everything that I wanted to get done today, which feels so good. I feel like it's been a long time since I've been able to check every single thing off my to-do list, and this just feels so good. So I was able to work out today. I had such a good workout. It was only like 35 minutes, but I just felt so good afterwards. I had so much mental clarity after. It felt amazing. So I got my workout in. I meal prepped, as you guys saw, and I ate like one of the things tonight, and it was so good. I just love cooking and like just eating really good food, and it just it made my night. So that was great. I also did the examples and explanations for crim and property this morning, as you guys saw. I did almost all of my torts reading for Monday. I'm just working on a few pages left out of this book, and then I'll be done with that. I just closed all of my rings, so that's exciting. And then I also did my crim law reading for Monday as well. So I feel so good. I feel on top of it today, and hopefully I can get some work done tomorrow. Fridays are usually my off days. I like to take a day off of law school, or at least half a day off law school every week. So I'm gonna work for a couple hours. I have one class tomorrow, but other than that, I think I'm gonna chill. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm so happy that it's finally Friday. I feel like this week has been so incredibly long and just draining and exhausting, and I'm ready for a break. So I woke up at around 7:30 this morning, and I got 2 out of the 3 readings for property done for Monday, which I feel so good about. And I actually feel like I understood what was going on. We started estates this week. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, and it just went over my head. So I'm really glad that I paid attention during class on Wednesday. Like I was like really focused, and I feel like I'm slowly starting to get it. And the 2 readings that I have done, I actually understood what was going on. So I feel pretty good about that. And I just have that one, I think it's like 10 pages in my casebook that I need to read, and then I will have done property for Monday, and that's kind of my only like plan for the day in terms of school. I'm planning on taking the rest of the day off. I really want to read my fun book. I've been getting back into reading for pleasure, and it's been going really well. And I don't know, I just want to relax. We have bar review tonight, which is going to be super exciting. I have a little like pregame with some friends beforehand, which should be good. There are some people that I know and some people that I don't know in like the group that's pre-gaming, so it'll be nice to meet some new people, maybe make some new friends. And bar review, the last time I went, was actually really fun. So that's kind of the plan. I'm not too sure how late I'm gonna stay at bar review. I'm hoping to be home and like in bed before midnight, because I do want to get a lot of work done tomorrow, and I just typically don't stay out very late. So that's kind of the rundown on Friday. But other than that, like I'm just really looking forward to today. I just feel like it's gonna be a really good day. I feel like I'm going to get the recharge and the break that I really need from this week, and then hopefully come back to my desk tomorrow ready to kill it again. Hello everybody, I just got home from class. That was a very like short class. We got out like 5 minutes early, and it's already only a 50-minute class, so I'm already home. It's 11:03, and you guys know the drill. I'm gonna take some time, relax. It's Friday. It's friggin' Friday. And yeah, I'm rewatching Gilmore Girls, so I'm going back and forth between Friends and Gilmore Girls depending on how much time I have, because Friends is only like 25-minute episodes, and then Gilmore Girls is obviously like 45 minutes. So I'm gonna watch some Gilmore Girls and relax. I feel like that's so fall. Does anyone else get the urge to watch Harry Potter and Gilmore Girls during this time of year? So it's actually a few days later. I'm editing this vlog right now and I realized that I forgot to film any kind of outro because I ended up doing absolutely nothing the rest of Friday, and then I went out to bar review, which was so much fun. It was very, very crowded and overwhelming, but I had a lot of fun talking to people and meeting some new people. It was a good time. But yeah, I got home from that pretty late, so I did not update the vlog. But I'm popping on here to say that I really hope you guys enjoyed this week's vlog. I hope it was entertaining. It gave you a little sneak peek into the life of a law student. And yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful morning or night wherever you are. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.